Good evening from New York. I'm Chris Hayes. Donald Trump's war on Iran is 2 months old, and under the War Powers Resolution passed in the 1970s, today was the deadline for him to end the war, or he was forced to seek permission from Congress to continue it. Instead, today in a letter to Congress, the White House said they don't need permission because the temporary ceasefire means the war has been, quote, terminated. Terminated.
When you're negotiating with Iran, Mr. President, to what extent are Americans' financial situations motivating you to make a deal?
Not even a little bit. The only thing that matters when I'm talking about Iran, they can't have a nuclear weapon. I don't think about Americans' financial situation. I don't think about anybody. I think about one thing. We cannot let Iran have a nuclear weapon. That's all. That's the only thing that motivates.
A reporter just asked the President of the United States, to what extent does the financial situation of the American people factor into your decisions? His answer, not even a little bit. His exact words, on camera. The government tells you inflation is 3.8%. That just dropped today. That's the number. That's what gets the headline. That's what Powell put on the slide. The Federal Reserve's own preferred measure, PCE, came in at 3.5%. And core PCE didn't just go up. It went from 2.4% to 4.4% in 4 months. PIMCO called it one of the largest reversals since 1985. They always give you the rosier number first, every single time. And they are counting on you not to look any deeper. Now let's go back. August 2024. When Trump said he was going to cut down prices and make it affordable. That was the promise. Specific, clear, measurable. Here's the clip.
You look very nice. By contrast, I'm announcing today that under my leadership, the United States will commit to the ambitious goal of slashing energy and electricity prices by half, at least half. We intend to slash prices by half within 12 months, at a maximum 18 months. And if it doesn't work out, you'll say, oh, well, I voted for him. I still got him down a lot, but we're looking to do it. We're looking to cut him in half, and we think we'll be able to do better. And every single thing that I promised, I produced. Every single thing. So we think your energy bills will be down by 50 to 70%. How good would that be for a thing called inflation? How good will that be?
There it is. His own words, his own promise, his own logic connecting energy prices directly to inflation. So let's hold him to it, not our standard, his. On February 28th, 2026, 13 months into his presidency, gas cost $2.98 a gallon nationally. That same day, the United States and Israel launched strikes on Iran. And from that moment, energy prices did not go down by half. They went up 30%. And while energy eats your budget from one side, wages are getting hit from the other. Now let's take a look at this last clip.
Trump's war is, of course, ongoing. Hostilities are ongoing. And it is also increasingly unpopular. 61% of Americans now say that using military force against Iran was a mistake. That's according to a new Washington Post, ABC News Ipsos poll that's out today. There's more. According to the Post, it took years for the Iraq War, which was launched in March 2003, to reach the level of disapproval that Trump's war has in just 2 months. 59% of Americans in mid-2006 said the war in Iraq was a mistake, while similar numbers felt the same about the war in Vietnam in the early 1970s. That was like 6 years into the war, according to Gallup polls. Donald Trump's insane, reckless, stupid war on Iran is already as unpopular as Iraq and Vietnam. And when you take a step back, why wouldn't people hate Trump's war? It truly has not provided any single tangible benefit to Americans. There have only been costs. Today, the average national price of unleaded gas took a big leap up to $4.39 a gallon. It is the biggest one-day jump since the ceasefire started. The price of gas has risen almost 50% since the beginning of the war. In fact, the biggest winners of this entire thing, the whole enterprise, appear to be the oil companies who keep reaping profits. Just this morning, ExxonMobil and Chevron each announced, wait for it, stronger than expected earnings for last quarter. Who'd have thought? They're doing great. And no, They won't increase production of oil here in the U.S. because that could drive prices down and light them up.
Let me put that number in perspective for you, because 61% sounds like just another poll. It's not. It took the Iraq War, which launched in March 2003, years to reach that level of public disapproval. Years. By mid-2006, 3.5 years in, 59% of Americans said Iraq was a mistake. Vietnam took until the early 1970s to hit similar numbers. That was 6 years in. Trump's war on Iran hit those same disapproval numbers in 2 months. 2 months. Not 2 years. Not 2 terms. 2 months. The American people looked at this war, watched what it did to their gas bills and their grocery receipts and their savings accounts, and said, faster than they've said it about any war in modern history, this was a mistake. And honestly, why wouldn't they? Because I want you to name one thing this war has done for the average American. One thing. That not for defense contractors, not for geopolitical strategy, not for abstract foreign policy goals, for the person filling up their tank right now paying $4.39 a gallon, because gas is at $4.39 today. That's the number, and that's not where it started. When this war began on February 28th, gas was $2.98. It is now $4.39. That is almost a 50% increase in 2 months from a war that was supposed to make America stronger, safer, and more dominant on the world stage. He promised to cut energy prices in half. He cut them in the wrong direction, by almost half going up. And here's the part that should make your blood boil. While you're paying $4.39 a gallon, while your grocery bill keeps climbing, while your savings rate is at its lowest point in years, ExxonMobil and Chevron just announced stronger than expected earnings this morning. Both of them. Record profits while you're rationing your fill-ups. And do you know what they will not do with those profits? Increase oil production. Because increasing production would bring prices down. And bringing prices down would cut into those profits. So they will sit on the earnings, reward their shareholders, and watch you pay more every single week. The oil companies are the only winners of this entire war. Think about that. Every cost of this conflict, the inflation, the gas prices, the straining budgets, the 81% of Americans struggling at home, all of it flows directly into the profit margins of the same corporations that have zero incentive to fix it. That is not a conspiracy. That is just how energy markets work when a war chokes the Strait of Hormuz and somebody controls the supply. He knew this, his economic advisors knew this, and he still made the call, and then told a reporter he doesn't think about the American financial situation, not even a little bit. 61% of Americans have already reached their verdict on this war. The receipts, the pump prices, and the quarterly earnings reports of ExxonMobil have all reached the same conclusion. This was not a plan. This was not a strategy. This was a choice, and the American people are paying for it every single day. I'm John Monroe. Stay informed and stay sharp.